Hi, Stamper fans. Welcome to Make It With Me. Thanks for joining me, whether you're catching me on Facebook or if you're watching the replay on YouTube. I'm so happy you're here. I'm Nan, and I help people slow down, get creative, and stay connected, whether that's making something together or you sending a handmade card that means something. So let's make something fun today. Okay. So just relax, follow along. We're aiming for finished, not perfection. And if you just want to watch and then come back to the replay and craft along with me, that's great too. Today, I am crafting with our new 2026 through 2028 in colors. Let me explain a little bit about that. They are available starting tomorrow. So every year, Stampin' Up! Comes out with 5 new trendy colors we call in colors. And basically, it's a great way to add to our core color line with things that are a little more on trend. And then they stick around for 2 years, and then they go away. So we have some that came out a year ago. Those are the let me see, the 2025 through 2027 in colors. So those will go away next year. These will be around for 2 years and then they'll go away. So every year we get 5 new ones, which is a nice little perk up to your crafting stash. So, okay, so to show you many of the ways that we're going to use our in colors, or that you can use your in colors, I'm making a monochromatic card tonight. And everything that I am using tonight is going to be available in this new catalog that starts tomorrow as well. So watch for that online. You can find everything in my store. And if you just go to, if you go to stampernan.com, it'll have all the links. It'll have the links to sign up for my email, to follow me on all my socials, and shop and everything like that. So super easy way for you to get there. Okay, pop that aside. And here is what we're making tonight. If you follow me at all on socials, you've seen this card because it was my Friday night Stampin' card this week. And this was one of the reasons why I wanted to do it, because I wanted to present one in all 5 of the in colors. So at the end, you will see the other 4 as well and get a really good idea of those. All right. So monochromatic cards are fabulous when you're overwhelmed or if you're in a creative rut. Less decision making equals more perfect projects, right? So, okay, so we are going to start with a card base. And that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm using our thick basic white, which is a fabulous card base because it's just as thick as the other cardstocks and it'll stand up very nicely. My next layer is Hydrangea Hue, which is one of our new in colors. And this one is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. So you can go ahead and cut whatever, products you have, because obviously, unless you're a demonstrator, you won't have these yet. Go ahead and cut those to this length. Let's see. And then I've got a piece of designer series paper, and that is 5 1/4 by 1.5. And I'm going to show you all of the designer series papers that we have in these colors coming up. And then lastly, I have a little strip of basic white that is 2.5 by 1 inch. I also have another piece of that Hydrangea Hue, and that's what I'll be stamping and die cutting out of. So I also need a little bit of basic white for one little piece too. So depending on what your focal point is going to be, if you don't have the bundle that I'm using, which is the Capturing Smiles bundle. If you don't have this bundle, just, make sure you have cardstock enough to stamp and cut out or whatever you're doing for your focal piece. Okay. Let's see. Great. Okay, so if your pieces look different from mine, that's perfect. You just use what you've got, okay? That's what these Make It With Me's are all about. So I'm going to start by, showing you the different DSPs that are in this designer series papers that are in this pack. So in this, let me see what it's called. In this pack of painted patterns, we actually have painted patterns in the newest in colors, plus the other core color families. So brights, regals, subtles, neutrals, and basics. So for these, you get, for the in colors, you get 4 sheets of each color in 2 different patterns. So this is our crisp cantaloupe, and I will show you the finished card again in all of these colors, so you'll really see them. You've got the golden glow. You've got the barely blush, which seriously, barely. So if you like very, very subtle, this is your color. And peaceful pine. All right. So I am using Hydrangea Hue for ours tonight. I'm going to go ahead and pop this designer series paper strip on the left side of my layer. And I will say, one of the things I like to do, especially if I've got the liquid glue on, is I kind of like to stand those up, because then I know that they're lined up on the side, right? They're not going to be any little strips showing. They're both butted up there. Okay, so we're going to put this aside for just a moment, and I'm going to start stamping all of my little components. So I've got a new thing to show you tonight too, and that is the new basic black Stampin' Pad. This is a hybrid ink, and it's acid-free, so it's safe for scrapbooking and all of your things like that. But you can use it for both watercoloring and Stampin' blends. In the past, you have to use 2 different inks for that, but this one will work with both. And I will say, I've opened it quite a few times, but when you first get it, like I had to get my nail or my pokey tool in there to open it up. And that is so, because of the type of ink, it needs a really good seal. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp my big camera. Absolutely love this bundle. It's so fun. And if you look up online this bundle, you will see so many different variations of layering to this camera piece. It's so pretty. I've got a little round piece that's going to be with the shutter. So I've got both of those in the hydrangea. And then I'm going to take our Hydrangea Hue ink pad. And this might look slightly different. You're noticing like, oh, there's not a little flippy guy. Our new in colors come in magnetic pads. And so this whole thing, you can see, is magnetic. I love it. So it's super easy, like you can open them with one hand. So if you've struggled with our current pads, you will love these new magnetic ones. I did a video, I believe, last week when I first got them, showing you how to apply the labels and everything. So you kind of got a sneak peek of them there as well. What I tend to do is I flip that bottom one over, and then I just pop the top on, and it's magnetic, so it's not going to go anywhere. All right, so we're going to take our little piece of basic white, and we're going to stamp our little shutter in there. And I am also going to stamp my greeting on this tiny strip of basic white. Now, I've got a secret for you as soon as I stamp this. I'm going to stamp mine kind of top right of that strip, because it's that way it'll be out of the way of the camera. Go ahead and close our ink pad up. I've got a secret for you. The whole reason this white strip is here is because I stamped the greeting right on the Hydrangea Hue in the black, and I messed it up. So this was my way of fixing it. And the thing I liked about this is this little cutout here in the camera. You couldn't really see that very well because it was hydrangea against hydrangea. So with that little white strip there, it actually calls that detail out, and I liked it. So, but yeah, if you make a mistake, just, cover it up. It's fine. All right. So I'm going to bring my little baby boss in here tonight, and we will do some die cutting. Find my scissors, because this piece will not go through it at its current size. All right. Oops, hold on just a moment. I forgot I did not have Post-it tape sitting on my baby boss. There's always little bits of Post-it tape sitting on the big one, but I forgot. Okay, so we'll tape that down and run it through. So when I first saw the In Colors online, I thought, oh, Hydrangea Hue, that's going to be my favorite. And I will say I've been using all of them a little bit, and I think it still might be my favorite, but I don't think it's like way out in front by a long shot, at least. They're all so pretty. And I'm not really a yellow-orange kind of person, so I kind of felt like Golden Glow was going to be my least favorite, but I really feel like it's going to come in very handy for a lot of things. So, all right. I also need to cut out this, I suppose it's really a lens. And let me get my scissors out again. You can tell I usually use my big die cut machine because I never think about cutting things down to size for this one. Then we have a little circle to cut that one out. I need another piece of tape. There it is. All righty, let's cut those two out. This is a pretty simple card, even as far as die cutting and things like that. And I will say, once I had this one done, it was super easy to do the others. I did not get that in far enough. There we go. Because I could just stamp everything in black and just boom, assembly line it. Russ's Team Cantaloupe. I do love crisp cantaloupe. And I feel like it's a returning color from many years ago, and I liked it then too. So, but Russ is also an orange guy. He likes the oranges. Not just the fruit, although he does like that too. But yeah, he really likes the color orange. I'm all backwards tonight. I moved my filming spot down the island a bit, and I keep reaching one way when everything's on the other side. So that's going to take a little getting used to. Okay, now we can kind of start assembling. So what I've got here, let's see. I just want to make sure I'm still following along. Yes. So I'm going to point out a little difference that I'm going to do. On this one, my sample, I actually attached this shutter piece to the front of that, but I think it's supposed to go behind. So I'm going to do it that way. But first, real quick, I'm going to pull in my Hydrangea Hue blends, and I'm just going to color in this little rectangle at the end of the camera, just because I want to give it a little variation, right? Just a little interest. So it's just tone on tone, and I just made it a little darker, and then we'll layer these other pieces on top, and it'll be fabulous. So this little piece is a little bigger than that lens piece. So what I'm going to do, because I want that popped up on dimensionals, I'm just going to lay it in place, and then I will put dimensionals so they overlap. And that's just going to hold that whole thing in place. And then it will also hold it to the card, to the front of the camera. So we'll just do 3. Probably could have got away with 2. It's a pretty small piece. But, you know, dimensionals are pretty inexpensive, so don't be afraid to use them. All right, that goes right on top. Now we can start assembling the whole shebang. Okay, so if you use liquid glue like I apparently do now, never did before, but over the last year, that's it. You really don't need a lot. It's a really good, strong adhesive. So just a thin line I do all the way around it and a little scribble in the middle. I don't get too close to the edges because I don't want the glue to kind of smush out, right? And then suddenly your card's sticking to the inside of your envelope, and that's not good. Okay, now I want to make sure. That's what I thought. This guy is just a little too long. So I'm just going to mark it with my fingernail and trim it up. And that one can go flat on the card too. Just wherever you like. And then for the camera, I'm actually going to pop this whole thing on dimensionals, but remember we put dimensionals in the middle. So I don't want to put any more in the middle. I'm just going to hit the 4 corners. And that way, when it's going through the mail, it's going to be just, you know, one thickness all the way down, right? It's not going to double up on those dimensionals anywhere, because those machines at the post office don't like it when we double up on dimensionals. All right, so we'll just put that there, making sure that that goes under the sentiment. And voila, we are done. It was so simple. So let me show you the other colors, because I did promise you that, and they all came out so pretty. All right, so here's Russ's favorite, his crisp cantaloupe. That is really pretty gorgeous. It's such a pretty soft orangey. I like it. Peaceful Pine, which is a lot of people's favorites online, I hear. A lot of the demonstrators really love this, and it is a very different green. If you subscribe to my newsletter, you would have seen the comparisons of each of these colors with our current ones. And then we have the Barely Blush. So you can see, I mean, there is a difference between it and the white, but it is very subtle. It's more in person, so it's harder to pick up on camera. And then the Golden Glow, which I will say it's not as yellow as like crushed curry and things like that. So I like that as well. Yeah, I agree with Russ. I really do like that crisp cantaloupe, and that Peaceful Pine's really growing on me too. I've got to come up with some color combos for this Barely Blush, because I have a feeling it's going to be a dark horse, so to speak, and it's really going to creep up on me, and I'm going to love it. So, okay, so that is the other colors I have. I'd love to see what you came up with for this Make It With Me. So if you're on the Facebook feed, if you're on the video, you can just post your picture in the comments. If you are watching the replay or on YouTube, you can also email me your picture at stampernan@gmail.com. Let me see if I have that on here. I don't, but you know, it's all right there as well. So yeah, if you go to stampernan.com, you'll see it. And you can flip those. Hello, Lucia. You finally caught me. Yes, I do love Hydrangea Hue as well. I hope you'll go back and watch from the beginning so you can see me walk through. Yeah. So what was I saying? Oh yes. So do post your version of the Make It With Me in the comments, or email me at stampernan@gmail.com. And think right now, as you finish your card, who could use a card from you this week? Don't stop. Put it in the envelope, get it out to send it now. So thanks so much for spending part of your day with me. I hope you'll take what I've shown you today and turn it into a card that you'll actually send. I'll put more details and links in Tuesday's email. You can subscribe again at stampernan.com. And I will see you again soon. Happy stamping.